What's up guys, in today's video I'll be showing you the best beginner's guide for Roblox Fisch, going over all you need to know to get started and to advance really quickly in the game. But yeah, first things first, you should know what rods you want to use. The first rod you're ever going to have is the Flimsy Rod, which is pretty bad. It's a default rod which has 10.4 max kilograms. If you check your equipment bag, you can see all the different stats for each rod. So what you should do is grind up to about 2,000 coins, which you can also use codes to get some money if you want. Some working codes right now are the depth and also prehistoric. But once you fish for a while over here and get to 2,000 coins, then you want to get yourself the carbon rod. The carbon rod is right over here for 2,000 coins. I can go ahead and buy it right now. And they might have changed it, but once you get to either level 5 or 10, then you can come over to the shipwright person over here, and they will let you purchase a ship, which the first ship you're probably going to afford is going to be all the way down here, the rowboat. And then you'll see markers in the distance for all the different locations, and you want to go to Roslet Bay over here. And yeah, this is the next best place that you want to grind. I'll also go over the best fishing spots, but the next best rod is going to be the steady rod, which is right here. These stats are really good. For only 7,000 coins, you're going to get 100,000 max kilograms. So this is the best rod to use for beginners, like by far. And then all these other stats over here: negative 60% lure speed, 35% luck, 0.05 control, 30% resilience. But as I was saying before, I'll also go over the best fishing spots. So obviously, if you're still on Moosewood Island, the only place you can fish is Moosewood Island. But once you have a boat and get to Roslet Bay will actually be the second best place you want to start fishing. Right over here on this rock specifically, like literally just stand right here on this rock. This is a pretty OP place to grind. I'll turn on my fish radar over here, and you guys will see that we have nurse shark, clownfish, blue tang, angelfish, and pufferfish all in this little lake alone. And all of it does kind of combine into the same area. One other tip for you guys, which is pretty helpful, is that you can actually fish much faster. Like, you can shake your rod much faster if you click the camera icon all the way on the corner of the screen and then click backslash on your keyboard, which only works on PC, by the way, and then spam down arrow and enter. Then you'll be able to shake the rod much faster without having to move your mouse all over the place. Now, since the steady rod is probably the rod that you'll use for a while, I'll just continue showing you guys the best fishing spots. If we get on our boat over here and go to the Forsaken Shores, which is right across from Roslet Bay, you guys can see in the distance, then you guys will see, if you come all the way up the mountain, that there are tons of mythical catch flags up at this pool specifically because of how OP this area is. And yeah, if we just go past here, then you'll see that there's like 15 or so mythical catch flags over here. And this is because this area has the highest chance to give you the Captain's Goldfish mythical, and also tons of other really good beginner fish. So I would just main this area or the Roslet Bay Lake. Then definitely try and grind to get yourself a better boat at least. That can be the Quack Cruiser over here that has almost double the speed. Personally, I use the jet ski because it's the fastest in the entire game. I forget how much it costs. Might be like 20,000, 30,000. Honestly, I forget, but it is definitely worth it. You guys can see how much faster this is if you guys have been using the rowboat so far. Anyway, I might as well mention the next best rod you want to get is going to be the mythical rod. And the reason I'm not like at a location of the mythical rod is because it actually only shows up from traveling merchants. And the mythical rod costs about 110,000. Traveling merchants spawn once every 15 to 20 minutes. And when they do spawn, there is about a 50% chance that there will be a mythical rod, and you want to grind for that next. Either way, you guys probably see in the background how there are literally like hundreds of mythical catches over here, and I literally have to like turn my catch flags off because of how laggy it is over here. And obviously this is the next best place you want to fish. No matter what your rod is, this is a really good place. But yeah, so now we're going to get onto a more advanced section of the guide. There are so many things you can do in Fisch. It can be pretty complicated. One of them is enchanting your rods, which you guys can see over here. I have Clever on Rod of the Forgotten Fang. I also have Hasty on the No Life Rod. It's really useful to know what enchantments are good, which ones are bad. But you may be wondering how you actually enchant in the first place. First thing you need is you need a enchant relic, which you can either get it by fishing or you can literally just buy it. You can buy enchant relics for 11,000 coins each at Sunstone Island over here. If you come all the way up here using the ladder over here, then there is a merchant at this house. And if you talk to him, he will either sell you power or luck, and power is enchant relics. As I said, it's pretty expensive. It's 11,000 coins each. If you say deal, then you'll go ahead and get an enchant relic. Depending on what enchantment you want, it can be pretty difficult. And each enchantment does have a different rarity. The clever enchantment can be pretty rare. It only took me like 5 tries, luckily. But that's why I recommend fishing for enchant relics instead of just buying them. The only thing with that is enchant relics are really only common in the depths, which is the best place to fish in the entire game, but also the hardest place to get to in the entire game, which is why I haven't mentioned it yet, but I'll show you guys how to get to the depths after this. Anyways, so at the Statue of Sovereignty over here, this is where you actually enchant your rod. So you want to talk to this guy over here, and he will charge you 400 coins. And then only at nighttime, you can come over here to this altar, and then if you hold out an enchant relic, so I'll just put everything in my inventory over there, and take out a different rod like Steady Rod. And it's going to give you any random enchantment. So I got Insight for my first try. Insight gives 1.5 times XP. That's pretty good, but I'll just show you guys how you can basically get anything. There's like hundreds of enchantments. Sea King, that makes fish 10% bigger. But the best enchantments to go for are going to either be Clever, Hasty, or Lucky, depending on what you want to do with your rods. So the Clever enchantment, as you guys can see over here at the bottom, it says 2 times XP after catching a fish. That is extremely OP. There are multiple ways to get more XP, which is obviously the Clever enchantment, but there's also a 2 times XP game pass over here, and every so often they do an XP boost event. Then the Hasty enchantment decreases your lure time by 55%. So basically, I will fish something instantly instead of having to click the shake button like 20 times. Anyway, so far I've mentioned some of the best rods in the game, some of the best fishing spots, how to enchant, how to level up fast. Some other tips I have is to definitely use bait in the game. If you guys have seen in my equipment bag, I have tons of different things like worms, rapid catchers, weird algae, flakes, like all these different things. These are all baits. It shows the luck at the top so you know how OP it is. The best bait you could use, I'd probably say, is the deep coral bait because it has 50 resilience, which is the most out of any bait, and it makes it so much easier to catch fish. But if you're just looking for luck, then there's also other things like the weird algae bait over here with 200 luck, or the truffle worm, which gives 300 luck, but it has -10 lure speed. And the way to buy bait is over here at Moosewood Island, which is Spawn Island. You'll come over to this crate over here. It's going to be 75 coins for 1 bait crate. Anyway, you can put as much as you want, like 50 I guess is the max. And then just spam buy this basically for a while, I guess. I mean, this is a good investment. And once you have a decent amount, then you can like spam open your bait crates too. If you're on PC, you can get an auto clicker, because this might take like forever. And yeah, there we go. I just opened 650 bait crates. So yeah, definitely use bait while you're fishing. So before I show you guys how to go to the depths, which is the best place to fish in the entire game, I do want to mention something else, which is that there are actually ways that you can AFK overnight or just fish while not actually being there, and it completely works. You can like wake up and have thousands of fish and sell them to get hundreds of thousands of dollars. But as an official content creator for Fish, I'm not allowed to distribute these. So that's basically all I'm going to say. I'm just telling you guys, if you do your own research, there are programs you can use to AFK and fish, and you won't be banned for using them, but I would be banned for giving them out. And don't put them in my comments either. Put them somewhere else, guys, because I don't want the devs getting mad at me. They're probably already going to DM me after I make this video, like, bro, how would you say that in your video? But anyways, now I'll show you guys how to get to the depths. For all the best fish in the game so far, I've mentioned up to the mythical rod, but obviously there are better rods. The next best rod is the Rod of the Depths, and you guys can tell by the name that it would only be in the depths. So what you want to do is you want to find an isolated whirlpool. Every so often you'll get a notification at the top of your screen that says a strange whirlpool has spawned, and that's what that is an isolated whirlpool. Usually it will spawn around the spawn area, but it could spawn literally anywhere. And I actually don't know if there's any active isolated whirlpools right now. Yeah, I guess in my server there aren't any isolated whirlpools currently active. Don't just go jumping into random whirlpools. It has to be a whirlpool with a beacon coming out of it, and if you have the fish radar, which costs about 8,000 coins at Moosewood Island, then you guys will see Isonade on the whirlpool. Anyway, so since I'm not actually there, I'll just describe it. You're not actually going to be at the depths. Where you're going is Vertigo. When you head into the Isonade whirlpool, you get teleported to Vertigo, and it's a pretty OP place. You jump all the way down, and you'll be able to catch all of these fish over here. To access the depths, you have to fully complete the entire Vertigo bestiary, along with getting the depths key. And then there's going to be a giant door in Vertigo. Once you put the depths key into that giant door, then the depths will unlock, and you guys will have access to the depths. Literally anywhere in the depths is good to fish. Like, there's no specific place that's good to fish, so that's lucky, I guess, because I'm not actually there. But to get to the Rod of the Depths, you're going to need 750,000 coins, and you're also going to need a Hexed Enchant Relic and an Abyssal Enchant Relic. And you can catch either of those along with normal Enchant Relics in the depths. So yeah, that's basically it for the beginner's guide for Roblox Fish. If I missed anything important, make sure to comment down below. And yeah, that's basically it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed, then make sure to leave a like on the video. And also make sure to subscribe notifications because I do upload 4 times a week. I upload Roblox Fish guide videos or tutorials whenever there's a new update. And also join my Discord server to not miss any announcements or giveaways. But that's basically it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one.